What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? It's your boy Drama the Prophet. Yes, it's been a little bit, but behind the scenes, I've been working on a lot of other things to kind of like get our YouTube channel together, right? To prepare for all of the uploads. And also, I am also creating something else where, because I know sometimes with YouTube, they don't allow you to like put up certain videos or say certain stuff or just different stuff. Now I know, like I said, we are a growing community, but I feel like within the next couple of years from now, we're definitely going to grow very good. Like we're going to get to a good point. But with that being said, what I want to do is I want to be able to already set myself up for success and also be able to provide good content for people like you. So right now I'm in that process of doing that. And with some of the videos that I uploaded at least like 10 or 15 other videos that definitely just did not even y'all ain't even get a chance to see. But it's okay though, because like I said, number one, what we're working on our website. So I'm working on my website. We are going to be having exclusive content on the website, posted up there. And we still going to be growing over here on YouTube. So make sure y'all look out for that. I will announce the time. I know right now we're working on trying to get to 1,000, trying to get monetized on here. Once we get to that point, we're going to start doing our giveaways. Make sure you join the Discord. I know I'm making this a little lengthy, but I feel like this is something that I had to say to y'all, so therefore y'all can understand my process, understand what's going on. So if you didn't see me in a while, I didn't upload, it's because I've been working a lot behind the scenes, trying to do things a little bit better, get things different. Just trying to get to a certain place where now things will be easier. I'll be able to produce more content for y'all guys, better content, be a better creator for you. And that's my overall goal. I just want to be better. I want to do more. And that's what I'm working at, with life and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's get into this video right after the intro. Let's go. Go by Drama the Prophet, aka Mr. Cut the Check. I need y'all to do is hit that subscribe button. So this video we're gonna be talking about Russ. A lot of people been talking about Russ. He just came out with an album a couple of weeks ago. He exposed Billboard. Just a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really get a chance to really get deep into exactly what's going on. I just seen this video up. I said, you know what? Let me play it, opposed to, and we could just react to it from there. You know what I'm saying? I'm very much familiar with Russ music. I've been a fan of his music for about 4 years now. He's been doing absolutely wonderful. You understand what I'm saying? He is someone that a lot of artists, independent artists, want to be. There's a lot of independent artists that say they're independent but not really independent. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that be forcing records and saying that they doing this and doing that but not really doing it. You know what I'm saying? Russ is one of them people that's actually doing it. He built his way from the ground up. He utilized the power of being signed during the time when he was signed. At least that's how I feel, and I could be wrong about this. He utilized the power of being signed and used that for advantage, which that's what you should be doing as an underground artist in the game, not the other way around, right? Because a lot of these artists, when they first come out, they get all that money. They give them a $200,000 deal. You coming from nothing. You probably worked at Walmart. You understand what I'm saying? And on the weekends, you rapping, going to the studio with your boys, smoking weed, drinking. You know what I'm saying? So you used to that. You like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is my life right here. But then one of your songs start popping. You get a deal, and they give you $200,000 in advance, and you like, shit, this is more money I ever had, which 98% of the time is true. So what these artists do, they use up all their money, use up their resources, or probably don't even have resources to even gain leverage, right? So they use up all this and mess up. You know what I'm saying? Have one hit, then you turn broke. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's get into this right now. Let's go. I'm talking a lot, but I feel like it's necessary. Let's get into it, y'all.
What's poppin', y'all? Russ is back. He's making moves again. He's making noise again. And I'm going to TLDR it for you guys. So the TLDR, too long didn't watch or too long didn't read. Yeah, TLDW, whatever, is that Russ recently released an album. He put a lot of time and preparation into the rollout. He was selling vinyls. I think they were signed vinyls. Either way, he was selling vinyls for the album, people that bought physical copies, and it would count towards his album sales. So his album sold, I think, around like 10,000. What's poppin', y'all? Russ is back. He's making moves again. He's making noise again. And I'm going to TLDR it for you guys. So the TLDR, too long didn't watch or too long didn't read. Yeah, TLDW, whatever, is that Russ recently released an album. He put a lot of time and preparation into the rollout. He was selling vinyls. I think they were signed vinyls. Either way, he was selling vinyls for the album, people that bought physical copies, and it would count towards his album sales. So his album sold, I think, around like 10,000 or so.
Wow.
Maybe 11, not sure exactly, from streaming. And then it was supposed to do another 40 to 42,000 in vinyl, which is insane. Like
Yo.
42,000 selling vinyls.
Those in vinyl, right? And I could be mistaken, right? I feel like a lot of people don't really utilize vinyl. Of course, like don't use vinyl. You know, that's like for older people or DJs that's very particular on how they do they mixes and stuff like that, right? But I feel like if you're selling that much vinyl, like he really do have a core fan base, like, and he use it in a smart way. This man consistently drop music all the time, you know what I'm saying? So for him to sell that many vinyl, at least I think that's what he said, vinyl, right? Let's go back. Let's see what he said.
So 42,000 in vinyl, which is insane.
42,000 in vinyl. It's crazy. Without being signed, right? And this is what I said in the beginning of this conversation. He is someone that a lot of independent artists want to be. When you are your own boss, real boss, own boss, you doing everything independent. You know, he do his own beats, he record, he do all this. I'm pretty sure he have a team. I'm not saying that he just do everything by himself. I'm pretty sure he has a team because you literally can't do everything by yourself. And if you're doing everything by yourself on top of being a creator, you're gonna burn yourself out, right? But he's able to create, and you know he has final decisions on stuff and stuff like that. So by him doing that, he set himself up for a very successful career in the music industry. For him to even sell 42,000, that is big for underground artists. 15,000 for a true underground artist. 15,000, you paying the bills. You feel me? You paying the bills.
42,000 selling vinyls in a week? That's a lot. Well, I mean, there's
in a week.
People buy it either way before the actual week starts. So what happened is he was projected to sell around 52K. 51, 52K, and what happened is they updated the projections later on, and I think he ended up selling around 46, and he felt he was slighted in that they took away 5,000 or 6,000 of his pure sales for whatever reason, and he was upset by that. He's like, hey, I'm independent, I'm kind of like trying to lead this movement, because he really is the face of independent artists right now. Like
he definitely
is.
Not
Not mainstream, but someone that had hits, someone that's doing it at the top. I don't think there's anybody that's doing independent bigger right now, other than Chance, but Chance hasn't really been that active. We haven't seen much from him. He's kind of the face of all these other upcoming artists. Every independent artist pays attention to him. Now, I have to preface this by saying this is all promotion. So even if Russ understands, and I'm sure he understands why they did this to him, he gets the game, but he says, instead of, let's just say he chalks it up and he's like, yeah, that's the game, I'm going to just keep it pushing. Well, that doesn't really benefit him, does it? Now, if he goes on social media and talks about it and says, yo, these big labels are screwing me, the man is not out here to take me down, but I'm fighting against this Goliath, this is a David versus Goliath type thing, and my movement, my team, my fans, and all the independent artists out there and their fans, we're fighting against this giant that's not even allowing me the sales that I genuinely got from people actually purchasing my album, which I feel like he's worth getting his credit for that. If people buy the actual physical copy, they bought the actual physical copy. This wasn't even...
he should, like, you should be getting the credit. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be like, oh, okay, well, he did this, you know what I'm saying? He's independent, or because that's what it sound like. This would it sound like to me, like in my eyes of how I'm feeling, how this is. It feel like they are, because he's independent, they really just don't want to give him that clout to show that he's independent, but he could compete just as well with a mainstream artist that's signed under a label, and he very well could compete. You know what I'm saying? Get a man his credit, man. He didn't work hard for it.
They actually just straight up bought the vinyl, and this is where people say, "Oh, well, he sold 42,000 in vinyl, or however much they ended up updating it to." Yes, that embarrasses a lot of these rappers right now.
Right.
Because, for example, I think Quavo did Quavo.
Cloud Firestore lets you store your data in the cloud, so you can sync it across all your devices or share them.
If we just drop an album, or am I tweaking out? I think he just dropped an album, sold like 30-something K. I'm looking it up as we speak. Yeah, it was August 19th, and it was projected to sell like 27 at 32K or so. I think it sold 33K. Now, that's with all the streams, and they're cooking those numbers. Nobody talked about this Quavo album. I don't even know what the album cover looks like. Regardless,
I didn't even know he came out with an album. I'm gonna be
Like
honest.
a Trippie Redd or a Quavo, their fans would.
I didn't even know he came out with an album. We're just gonna put that out there.
Buy this much vinyl, like 40,000+ copies? Hell no. No, they wouldn't. So we got to give Russ credit for that. Now, if he talks about this, it gets him more promotion to his album, to his movement.
He gonna get more.
People check out his stuff more. So even if he understands and gets the game, he's playing a part in the game, and he should play a part in the game of going against them publicly to rally his fans even more and to gain new fans, because this guy spent a ton. I mean, this rollout was really cool. He did a lot of different cool things. Someone even posted I think it was an IG reel or a TikTok or something explaining it. He spent a ton of money on the rollout. It only makes sense he continues to promote it, and this is a way
That's
to
crazy.
promote it. Now, where I kind of have to push back a little bit is, remember when there was the conversation about his Tory Lanez blackballed, and Academics was...
That's crazy. And you know what? What we gonna do on this channel, we're gonna listen to his album, right? We're gonna listen to his album, go through it. We probably ain't gonna listen to all of it. I'll probably do like a live stream, right? A live stream of his thing. But we're not gonna do that. We probably would do that in another week or so, because we're gonna start doing more uploads. So we probably do on this. So make sure y'all look out for that.
Was talking about on stream, and he agreed that Tory Lanez was blackballed, but Russ went on there and kind of fought the point, which was, oh no, Tory Lanez isn't blackballed because he's allowed to have his music on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, all these other platforms. Just because they're not playlisting you and giving you these rights, I guess, or these privileges, doesn't mean you're blackballed. Which there is a point to make there, but I just didn't think it was in Russ's best interest for his movement to kind of say that. Like, if he said Tory Lanez was blackballed, then he can just leverage that to himself and be like, hey, they're holding me back. Because right now, he's kind of saying they're holding him back or they're doing him dirty, but he didn't afford Tory Lanez that same compassion, I guess you could say, which is what it makes me look at him like, come on, man.
I don't feel like
screwed nearly as hard as Tory was.
With Tory Lanez, I don't think Tory Lanez is getting blackballed. What I think it is with Tory Lanez is that he unruffled maybe so many feathers in the game because it's all about relationships, right? And when you do certain stuff within this game or any thing that you trying to jump into and you start you know doing certain stuff, people just don't mess with you no more. And that's just what it is. You're not no longer a person that they could count on no more. You know what I'm saying? They can't go to Tory Lanez and count on him. He makes absolutely good music. He could put out good music. He is dope. But could they actually count on him? You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And then, with his case and, with Megan, all that stuff just, and that's another story right there in itself.
When this was all going on. I mean, like, Tory's monumentally screwed now, but that has nothing to do with his music. So for Russ, I'm really impressed with how he's been able to outsell all of these other rappers that have been dropping. I mean, we're counting his numbers, man. I think he did legitimate numbers. I don't think he cooked the books at all, because how people fake these sales is they usually have inflated streaming numbers from streaming farms or whatever else, and then their physical sales aren't that high.
Right.
And Russ has been preparing this album and this rollout meticulously for months. Definitely for many months. So he's coming at Billboard and he just exposes how. Let me just explain to you guys a little bit. So he's basically saying Billboard and Luminate. Billboard is who gives you the charts. Luminate is Nielsen. I think academics already explained.
Yeah,
this.
the one
I
that
don't know. I just saw the
connect.
title
I
of
think
the
they
video.
collect.
Watch it. But pretty much these guys are in bed with each
I
other.
think Luminates. They the ones that collect the information from the music sales. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that is what it is. They the ones that collect the information, so they know who's selling what, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
They're collaborators. Maybe some company owns the other. I don't think their intention is to screw Russ over, but this is all a big game. This is all just a game of engagement and a game of promotion. And I think if these guys gave Russ his sales, it would be worse for him, because if he got his sales, he did 52K, right? How much different is that from doing 46 or 47 in terms of people just looking at the number? Not that much, as opposed to like 100K. Like, let's say Russ did 100K first week and went number one. I don't even know if the person that went number one did that high. Okay, never mind. Yeah, this guy went crazy. Zach Bryan, I think that guy went crazy. Travis Scott has also been going crazy. So for Russ, it wouldn't do that much of a difference, and then the week would pass and pretty much only his fans would know that he dropped. But now that this obstacle comes into play, now everyone's paying attention to it. Me, for example, I mean, I would have listened to Russ's album either way.
All right.
I haven't listened to it yet. I listened to the first song. I've got a flight tomorrow, tomorrow when I record this. Probably when I drop this.
And listen,
I've been on the flight, so I'm gonna listen to it then.
I didn't listen to it either, but I know he did drop it. I know he did drop an album, and I still didn't listen. We couple weeks now in it. I believe so. Yeah. So I didn't check it out yet, but I know his material. I know that is good. He going to drop some stuff, and he been putting in a lot of work. Probably the promotion of his album that he coming out probably is the best that I've seen so far that he undid. He went out. He went all out. So I know for a fact that this is probably most likely going to be like one of his best work. He's probably his best work. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to it regardless, but I wouldn't have talked about the album had this not happened. So now I'm talking about it. Academics is talking about it. All these other people are talking about this conflict.
I'm talking about it.
Russ and Billboard and these people that count the albums or are screwing him, or what he's saying, screwing him out of sales that he earned. Now we're promoting Russ, his brand, and his album even more. More people are going to follow him. More people are going to tune in. So kind of everyone benefits from this. I kind of feel like secretly Russ is frustrated, but it's kind of like, damn, Russ needs someone to fight against. If Russ was afforded all of the luxuries, let's say maybe he was on a major record label again and he was getting radio play and we saw his face everywhere and it was kind of like The Weeknd or Dua Lipa. I don't know if he I don't know how he would exist in that type of scenario. He's kind of always put himself in an underdog position. So if he's
Right.
at the top and he's just getting smash hits and number ones and global and all that, I don't know if his brand would hold up in the same way. I think his fans wouldn't care. Like, they'd be happy that he finally got to the top. But that is something I wonder if he thinks about. Like, if he was the number one artist in the world, right? Or not in the world, but you guys know what I mean. If he was a superstar with...
But I feel like, this is what I feel. I feel like when it comes to that, being independent, right? That's like working. Okay, let's say that's like working a job, right? Working a regular 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. You got to make your money, you got to pay your bills, stuff like that. And owning a business, 1099, all that stuff. You get your benefits that you get as owning a company is different than the benefits that you get when you working for a company that's giving you benefits, if that makes sense. So in this sense of what I'm saying with an artist, being an independent artist is like owning your business, right? And you getting more of a benefit because you have your business than being a sign artist, because now you working for the record label. Pretty much you working for the record label. See, he has the opportunity to say, okay, I'm dropping this album, I'm making this money, I could utilize this money, reinvest that into my career, and see if we can make more money doing something else, right? But when you are artists that's signed to a label, they advance you this money, and you really don't have that opportunity to say, hey, when I make this money from this album, I'm going to reinvest. Yeah, you're going to make some money from it. But then it's like, you also have to pay your videographers, the photographers that you young got. You got to pay, the label day portions, because they done gave you half of they done gave you a advance, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of these artists don't know that, like, oh, you got to advance, I got this money. It's called an advance for a reason. It's not your money. They giving you a loan, pretty much, like, hey, this is your loan, we gonna utilize this. This is for you to look good as an artist. We want you to look good as an artist. Use that money to look good as an artist. But if you pop, we need our money back. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these artists, they go on tour, they do this stuff, and they really working pretty much to pay off for those things. Now, unless they got an exclusive deal that where they're getting the label is getting the portion of their album sales or whatever the case might be, or they merch or something. I don't know. But being independent is a completely different type of situation. And I feel like what he's saying about being on top, that in his position, him being at the top might not make no sense, because he has a core base of fans. He's making a good amount of, I don't know how much he's making, but I'm pretty sure he's making a good amount of money off of him just being independent. You understand what I'm saying? He can drop a shirt that says Russ something, and you got 150,000 people that's going to pay $10 for that shirt off of him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm pretty sure he's a smart businessman. He's utilizing that and, probably giving away and writing taxes off, doing a lot of stuff where he's recouping a lot of the money that he's spending out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even with his advertisement and stuff like that, he, pretty sure he got his own business part of it, and he's recouping, getting a lot of that money back that he spun out. So it's like, at least that's what I'm thinking. That's what he's doing, So, like I said, is this a lot of different sides to this? So I'm hoping he don't feel like, yo, I want to be at the top. You know what I'm saying? Because being at these artists that's at the top, the money that it just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
All all the privileges of all these other artists, would he enjoy it as much? Because now he's kind of feels, it's like he's a soldier, right? Metaphorically speaking. He's like a soldier at this war of independence. And there's got to be obstacles, or there's got to be enemies and new battles. And
Yeah,
if all
of
the
course.
battles are over and you won, it's kind of like, oh, well, the war is over now. What do we do next? So and there's always been something in front of him, or something that he's told us has been in front of him. So I think it's really cool to see this happen. Now, did I want him to lose his sales? No. I think 50-something K looks cooler than 46K, but realistically, he's still getting paid the same from this, and this benefits everyone involved.
Basically.
It's not like Billboard or these other guys are going to come out and say, or send a representative to speak on their behalf and be like, hey, you know, Russ wasn't right about this, because this is so minute in the scale of how many albums they're tracking on a regular basis. But let me know what you guys.
Right, that's crazy. But yeah, you know, like I said, I just feel like when it comes to, you know, independent artists, you know, if you're a true independent artist, you know, because we're going to put that out, true independent artists, right? If you're a true independent artist, you know, you have a better advantage over a sign, you know, artist, you know what I'm saying? So if you're a sign artist, you know, but you do, as a sign artist, you also get your benefits too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be able to go on other radio stations that these independent artists might not be able to, because all that stuff is coming out of your pocket for you, because people, they paying to get on these radio stations and press and all this stuff like that, you know what I mean? And you being an independent artist, you might not be able to do those things. You might make $300,000-$400,000 a year, which that still look good for a person, but also you invest in some of that money into yourself to be able to make more money. Where a sign artist, you know, they getting that advance, and you know, they just got to pay that back later, kind of like a loan, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we are going to review his album. You know, we're gonna check that out, and I might go live, you know what I'm saying? We you know, go live and review his thing. So we're gonna check it out, see what we gonna do. I know this video was a little bit long, right? But this is kind of like my thing. I like music. I deal with music and stuff. So we might be doing a lot of stuff when it's dealing with music. And I do have a lot of information when it comes to music and stuff. So yes, it was long. I apologize, but y'all ain't seen me in a while, so we here. You feel me? We here. Listen, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you did not hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button now.